as they run onto the pitch to celebrate winning the World Cup. And that sparks the melee on the full-time whistle. But Spain won it, Roy. They got over the line. And they made hard work of it, but they've won the World Cup. And they were the better team by a distance on the day.
Yeah, fantastic. Great to watch. They wore them down. We said obviously the pressure was on them going into extra time. The onus was on them with the extra man. They were dominating the whole game. And then ends up being a very simple goal, but very effective. A ball into the far post. A knockdown, a bit like you see in the old days. And a lovely finish. Well-deserved. Fantastic to watch. Again, there's parts of Argentina where you don't like to see the bits at the end. Yet some of them players were doing that to England players the other night, but obviously they can't take it. You got to give and take. You got to take your medicine. But Spain, we talk about all the brilliant attacking players of this World Cup, but to concede one goal as well defensively, I love that side of it. We can't get away from that as well. We love watching attacking players. We love watching goal incidents, etc. But when a team has a bit of pride in defending, fantastic. And what a job that manager's done. Absolutely amazing.
In the last 18 years, Spain have won 3 Euros and 2 World Cups.
Yeah.
That is a country who, when you three were playing at the turn of the century, we all laughed at the Spanish national team. Oh, Barca are great and Real Madrid great. But the national team don't win anything. They won a Euros in the 60s when the Euros weren't very big.
Yeah.
There's a country that went, we have to sort this out. We're going to go, I don't know, back to basics, but we're going to have a pattern. They are the preeminent force in European football.
Yes.
That record.
Yeah, they are.
We should pay tribute to how good they've been. And that's with 2 different generations.
Yeah, they stuck to the principles of how they want to play the game. Whether they've got a centre forward up front or not, you know, they play total football in the way that they pass it around. And we've seen in some instances, yes, it looks like they're trying to gild the lily a bit by passing it all the way into the net. But what they do is they keep that ball so much, they put you under so much pressure, and they never waver from what they do. They never waver. They never like stop playing or stop trying to play. You only look at them and you think to yourself, if they did have that striker who's an Alvarez-y kind of type, or someone who can finish off their chances, what they would do to teams, because they never, ever go away from their principles.
Now
they play. And what you have to remind yourself, again, this is obviously, they've just beaten the current champions, or previous champions. And what happens with these teams, because they weigh you down so much, when you do get the ball back, you've got such little options because you're so fatigued from chasing the ball. When you get it, your teammates are having a recovery break as well, and they just break you. And sometimes people say there may be a bit, it can be boring to watch, because they're technically just looking after the ball and you want a bit more goal action.
Gary, Lamine Yamal just pointed to the star above the badge, which denotes how many World Cups he won, as if to go one more. So he's going to have 2 stars when they come to Wembley in September.
Mark, he will. If you looked at the value per player of that, say, Spanish starting 11 versus the French, the German, the English, the Portuguese, that starting 11 for Spain would be worth a lot less in transfer value. That is not the best individual players. What they are is the best team, the best collective, and also the best system of play. I spent a very short period of time in Spain, and what I found that technically and tactically, they were a different level than Premier League teams in terms of their understanding of the game, and that comes out most at international level when you're playing every 4 days in the middle of 35-degree heat, and that's why they're winning tournaments. Technically and tactically, they are outstanding.
And also, because they're dominating so many games, again, come the back end of these tournaments, they seem physically and mentally the sharpest, because they're constantly looking after the ball, they're constantly in possession and in control of every situation.
It's the second time a sub has won the World Cup, both times against Argentina. Mario Götze